Hello from San Diego, California. The strengths needed to face COVID-19. The answer is also COVID. So C is for creativity, O is for optimism, V is for vitality, I is for interiority, and D is for difference making.
For parent leadership, I always suggest creativity for continuous self improvement. How we live our life and showing our children a refined spirit and educated will. So, teaching is one of our most excellent and creative activities. Creativity may be applied in managing and redirecting misbehaviors instead of spanking, also in giving positive feedback instead of time out, when you give them family rules instead of power struggles.
O is for optimism.
Via LCM. L is to live life balance, physical, mental, emotional, psychological, and of course, spiritual. C, control what you can control. Sources of information. We take advantage of the now. M is to make your everyday life sacred. And this epidemic of loneliness will be cured by the epidemic of cheerfulness.
V is for vitality, of capacity for self-sacrifice.
Human nature weakens, and so it is very important that we know how to get up, how to overcome one's fear, to adapt oneself, to overcome difficulties, to cope with limitations, to fight and direct oneself. We can do this by silent and heroic fulfillment of duties, enduring all things, suffering in silence, coping with tiredness, starting on time.
I is for interiority. We should discover that space within us which is free and which has been granted to us, and nobody else can take it away from us. Build that interior life where we find real joy so that whatever happens on the outside, we are whole inside. So it is a good place to start accepting oneself, accepting what's going on around us, and accepting other people. But first and foremost is to accept that we have a creator.
D is for difference making. Parents, teachers, and mentors around the world who are leaders in your own way. It's very good that we can leave a legacy. But before we go outside of our own environment, let's try to see how we can make our marriage our mission in the world. We have to examine ourselves, how we take care, nurture the love of our life. It's very important that we take a look once again on how we perform as wives, as women in the home. During COVID-19 and beyond, I want to propose to you, parents, teachers, mentors around the world, two important projects. One, how do you get the young generation to take a leap into a divine life? And second, how do you teach the young generation to be of service in return? Then let's go ahead. Influence our own children, influence other people, creating change in them, moving them to action. Those are the strengths to thrive during COVID-19.